Before we talk about budgeting, let's start with the truth about income in the UK today. Because budgeting only makes sense when you understand the landscape you are living in, and for the context of this, United Kingdom. In 2026, the average full-time salary in the UK is around £36,000 a year. Part-time workers earn around 13 to 14,000, and the median weekly pay sits at roughly £700. But here is where it gets real. Around 55 to 60% of working-age couple households have two incomes. Around 30 to 35% rely on just one. And around 15 to 20% of households depend heavily on benefits to get by. So if you're earning low, whether because of childcare, because of skill valuation, or probably because of contracted hours, disability, or markets, you are not alone. Millions across UK are in the same position you find yourself in. Hence the need for this particular video. Budgeting on a low income. Hi family, welcome back to YAT Finance, the channel where we redefine finance through clarity, purpose, and the God way. I'm happy another day to impact, another day to make a difference in someone's life. And I thank God you found this. And here we go. Let's dive deeply into this. But before anything, if this is your situation, then I promise you, you can still budget anyway. And I'm here to help. Let's be honest, budgeting on a low income actually feels impossible. The reason is because essentials consume the entire money, leaving you with barely nothing. But you see, I'm not interested in the mighty that is consumed by the essentials. I'm interested in the little that is left out of your essentials. Hence, the reason why we need to put pen to paper concerning all of these monies. Why? Every pound left, every dollar left needs to go to work. These are our soldiers, and we need to ensure that their deployments are actually coming to its fusion. Now, what am I talking about? Military on YAT Finance? All right, let's go on. Your income might be unstable. Benefits don't stretch like they used to. Rent and food inflation hits low earners the hardest, and debt or subscriptions quietly drain what is left. But with all of this said, budgeting isn't about money. It's about controlling what you actually have. And I have seen people earn six figures, yet their monthly investment is actually nothing to write home about. Why? They live in areas that actually takes chunk of their money, absorb it into their properties. Either they're on mortgage or they are renting. But depending on the area they live in, all the money they actually earn goes into that property. Well, you could say if the person owns the property, then it is an investment anyway. Yes, I cut you that slack and you got it. Yeah, you have it. But on the long term, if you earn that same amount of money that person earns and you live in a zone that is comparably lower when it comes to the rental yield, will be doing much better in the long run, comparable to that person. Why? We are not even promised tomorrow what takes place on the market here and there. And well, the properties are expensive over there, but then do we really have to be there? Maybe you could say, well, all the jobs are around those areas. Then I bet to differ. There's no point of you living alone. Find a cohabitat, somebody to live with. Or probably go back to your family if your family lives closer. Especially if you are within a certain range. I'm talking about 18 to 30-year-olds, and you live in these areas and you earn six figures. It ain't permanent. And so please, find a way to pull more to you than the outgoing. All right, let me show you a real example. No theory, no fantasy, just a real standard base UK budget. Let me show you how the figures will run on this. So let's say you are single adult earning £1,400 a month after tax. Here are your essentials. The four walls I always talk about. Your rent at £650. Your council tax, £120. Your gas and electric, £90. Your water bill is £35. Your phone and internet is £40. Your food, £180. Your transport, £100. That brings your essentials to £1,250, which leaves you with £185. And this is where most people panic. But this is where YAT Finance brings structure and culture. Now, I call this the YAT Finance allocation. Here is exactly how I will allocate the remaining £185 left. So you see, out of nothing, I'm going to make a mighty ocean out of it. And this is how it is done. Back to the budget. All right, so for debt payment, I will be allocating £50 to clear obligations and reduce stress. For your emergency funds, I'll be allocating £30. This is going to build your first 100, then 250, then 500. This is how we build. And then for your sinking funds, I'll be apportioning £30. This is for birthdays, clothes, your MOT, school costs, the things that always come but never get planned for. And then investing straight in £50. This will not be negotiable regardless of what I'm apportioning. £50 will go straight into your investing. And because we are actually not after the hype and we understand long-term growth, your £50 volatility and risk should really be one that is well tolerated. So we'll be going to the indexes and the ETFs where we can have a bit of leverage comparable to the individual stocks. And yes, even on a low income, you invest because your future matters and paying your future self is non-negotiable. Guilt-free spending, I'm going to apportion £20 because life needs breathing room. And discipline without a compassion becomes punishment. I am here to punish you or penalize you for nothing you've done. All of these issues is life. These are the issues of life. We get this far because of the issues of life. And so if we have the ability to correct, then that is the main thing that we are focusing on. Hence the reason why we are here and why YAT Finance. As I said again, this is YAT Finance. We don't ignore the future. We don't pretend investing is optional. Even on a low income, you invest something because small seeds grow into big trees. All right. Thank you so much. And let's move back to the studio where we have continuity. Stay with us. All right, family, welcome back. And in this session, I will be introducing to you the low income budgeting framework. Stick with me. I need you to focus on this. It is possible. You may think it isn't, but then I've just proven to you that out of your letter, I can make an ocean out of it. And that is what I've done. If I pull my compound calculator up, comparing your investment from today in the next 10 years, 15 years, that is a lot of money. That is six figures straight up we're talking about. And so please, we are not allowing any pound to go without notice. All the pounds are our soldiers and we're moving them onto the yard, fighting. All right, let's move on. So here is a framework I want you to follow. Number one, your essentials first. That's your housing, utility, food, transport. Number two, your obligations second, debt, childcare, commitment. Number three, protection, emergency fund, and your sinking funds. Number four, your future. That is the fourth one, and it's so important. That is investing. Even if it is 10 to 50 pounds, invest. And sure, regardless of what is left, there is some investment taking place. And number five, lifestyle, subscription, eating out, treats. This isn't glamorous. It isn't Instagram budgeting. This is real life. This is what actually works. Forget about what people think. Forget about what others say. This is what we are sticking to if we are on a low income. Because out of this little we put together, we can compound into an ocean. It's an individual decision. That is why I keep saying making money is spiritual. The reason is because we birth thought of it spiritually. It is something that has not been given birth to. It is an art that is embedded. It's a vision that is hidden. And until that vision is birth, we don't see it's visibly. It is not something that we actually see. But we start seeing the vision in its manifestation when we add 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, like that, in it compounding, then we see the effect. Therefore, every pound must go to work. Send them to work. Now, let me introduce you to the practical low-income hacks. Here are a few things that genuinely work if you're on a low income. First of all, use cash for food and personal spending. When the envelope is empty, you are done. Cancel one subscription this month. It could be on Netflix. Please, without feeling guilty, cancel it. Free up 10 to 30 pounds. And after that, track every pound for the next 30 days, i.e., ensure everything you purchase is in your budget. If it isn't in your budget, you have no business purchasing it. So let me stick to your groceries. If your groceries is 180 pounds, so groceries and food is 180 pounds, probably you haven't listed all the groceries under your 180 pounds. But please ensure that whatever you are buying is within the 180 pounds and not beyond it. Therefore, what do? You track all your spending. This is how you're able to identify and know what is going out. The focus is to know what is going out and control what is coming in. Know what is going out, control what is coming in, and repeat the cycle. This is the balance of probability. This is what you need. This is a equation. Without this, nothing else works. We're already on the low income. We've acknowledged it and we want to move on. This is how you do it. This is how you do it. Also, meal plan around offers, not cravings, and build a £100 emergency fund before anything else. Review your direct debit every 3 months. If there's any adjustment, please adjust. If there's anything you need to stop, please stop. These are things, I do these things daily. If there's anything that goes through my account, I'm not familiar, I'm checking. I'm calling the bank. Why did we have this here? No, I'm checking. You see, I'm not allowing all of this. The reason is because I have a plan and I intend to retire. And if I really want to pursue this and take charge, then I need control. I need order and discipline. That's how the tools I need. There is a verse I love, and it says, do not despise the days of small beginnings. And this is Zechariah 4:10. Your income may be small. Your progress may feel slow. I get it. It is frustrating. It is not pleasant. It's not something you want to write home about. The reason is because we want to leave legacies. We want to impact greatly. We want the next generation to have trust and they could say, oh, mommy did this, daddy did this. So I get it. It is not actually pleasant. It's nothing to write home about, but please subscribe to this channel. Stick with me. Send an email, yatfinance25@gmail.com. And regardless of where you are, we can rise out with no comparison, with no blaming, with no condemnation, but honesty and truth. We can do this. Remember, God honors stewardship, not the size of your salary, but the faithfulness of your heart. Every pound you manage with an intention is a seed that needs to be planted. And seeds do not stay small forever. There is a time for planting. And there is a time for reaping. In between is a time. I plant today, I reap tomorrow. But between planting and reaping is something we call time. Time. So if this is your situation, then I'm here to tell you, you can budget regardless. And I just showed you how it is done. I just gave you the template. What are you waiting for? Take that paper. I'm waiting. Get that pen. If you have kids, involve them. You have a partner, involve them. Do it collectively. And if you are alone, by all means, be diligent with this. Be truthful. You know what the truth is. I'm not interested in what others know or what you want them to know. I'm interested in what your reality is today. See, a friend once said to me, how much do you think you earn? That little peanuts. Little did the person even know that I earn beyond the person's imagination. You understand? So it's not actually what they are saying. Allow them to say what they want to say. But you know what your reality is. And if your reality is what you've stated on that paper, then your foundation is great and the future is already smiling at you. Your latter days will be greater than the former and not the opposite. That is biblical. All right, please subscribe to this channel, like, and leave me a message. By all means, email me, yatfinance25@gmail.com. And as always, this is YAT Finance. I look forward to the next and the next and the next. God bless you, and I'll see you soon. Stay blessed.